Hello everyone, 50 minutes on the clock. We're starting another stream now. This one is going to be just going over a little bit of the sculpting of the cliffs in New Home. I've already done this a little bit, so it's kind of a cheat. So we'll just go from here. I'm actually on to the last bit with Asgore's cliffs, so fun times. Just going to post this link around. And then away we go. We got the usual music on. I don't know how loud it's gonna be. Hope it's not too loud. There we go. Right, so trying to do here is get this all set up just right. I need to figure out how tall this is gonna be here. Ah, there we go. So if I, oh, what did I actually click then? Offset edge? No. What I need to do here is have this bit extrude outwards. Why isn't it though? It's being a pain. There we go. I need to find out why I can't loop this. Oh, apparently now I can loop it. It seems like it's just being a pain for the sake of it for the moment. What I need to do here is have the cave go around the tunnel that I've got here, and then try and do the tunnel justice by having it just the right areas. The idea being that eventually when we go down here, we're going to have to pull some shenanigans to be able to have this work properly. Because if we do this now, that's where the end of the tunnel is. And there's the giant door, kind of reflective of the one near Toriel's. So I suppose the obvious thing to do here would be to take the end of the tunnel and just shrink it down. That seems like the easiest thing to do. Very much like at Toriel's, how we have the door be like the focal point. I figure if I reflect that, so it almost looks like a mirror image of it. It'll make sense. So what we need to do here is put that about there. Right? Then we can start filling in all of this. So what's going to happen is we're going to have this like brick wall here now. And that's going to allow us to block this in. And then from there, we can just block it in the other side with some rock faces. And as a pretty famous game dev and producer once said, it will just work. I find myself referencing Todd quite a lot, even though I don't want to. Let's see here. Let's just make sure 0.2, that everything is together there. And then what that means is that when we come out here, we can just have that be boxed in. I've even done like an extra castle keep door here. I just realized that's going to be wrong though. I'm going to have to duplicate all of these and then hide them and then get rid of the originals, because if I keep the other one, what's going to happen is when I change the textures on one or change anything on it, if I want to change it to be big or small or whatever, it's going to affect the other one. So I need to take all of this now and have it be its own mesh, and then we can just go from there. So this is going to go roughly about here, but instead of having a door on it like Toriel's, this isn't. This is just going to be like that. And we can walk out. And we'll have that be just about there, and we can even take the walls here. And we'll just push those back. So these can come right out to about there. And then I can throw another wall or something in this side to fill it in. So that should be okay now, so if I get rid of that. Save this. You can already see where I've kind of sculpted the castle cliff here a little bit, and then the Judgment Hall I've kind of made a little bit of a mess of. It's not as straightforward as the castle one. That one actually needs to be changed a little bit, needs a little bit more detailing on it. But just the basics for the moment are fine. So what we can do here is I'm gonna go ahead and loop cut these. And then we'll just get the overall shape and go from there. Just remember, did I? Yeah, that's at the front, that's fine. Do 2 loops here. And then 2 at the front. And then what we're going to do is we're going to subdivide these just so that I can get good looking castle rock formation from it. So everything else just needs to go for the moment. Let's... Ooh. Except Asgore's house. We'll get rid of the geometry nodes, get rid of the nodes, get rid of the elevator shafts, get rid of the wall especially, get rid of the Judgment Hall, and then... Actually, no, we'll keep the Judgment Hall and the castle and Asgore's house, because those are the main areas that are going to be raised, because they're the points of interest. This is going to be Asgore's house rock formation. Okay. Then what we're going to do here is I'm going to subdivide this after I've looped it a couple of times. The reason for that is just so we get a spread of detail that's kind of equal. It's not going to be at the top, but we can try and do something about that. It's going to get messed around with anyway later on, so I just noticed how this is here. It's not got those loop cuts over the top, which is really weird because I thought I'd got them in there, but okay. Here's where I find out a loop cut one of the other areas by accident. Okay. What we'll do is we'll try subdividing this twice. Everyone will be like, dude, why'd you do that many polys? But it's just so I can get a basic shape and then I can lower the polygon count later on. So what we want to do here is take this shape and then try and mess around with it and grab certain areas if we can. For some strange reason it won't let me do it from the top down like that, so I then have to start doing this. The idea being that we get the edge. So Asgore's is again on this kind of like very awkward plateau. It almost makes it seem like if you went anywhere near it, it would like fall apart. We'll try and drag that out a little bit. Give it kind of like a lip over the top of it. On there, and then we'll just bring that in here. Do the same over here, we'll just drag this in. We'll make it so it's only just hanging on there. Same here, we'll bring this back in so it looks as though Frisk can't just like walk around the side. Because it'd be way too easy if you could walk around the side of Asgore's place. Just avoid all of the interesting stuff. So we do this, then we'll bring out the top here if we can. Sculpt tool is being annoying right now. Hey Sammy. Sculpt tool is just like, so anyway. you want to try and make some cliffs? I'm like, yes, please. Like, well, have fun with that. I'm gonna try and do this now. Work with this. Try and make it into some really cool formation, which normally I end up just messing around and trying to bring it in as much as possible at the bottom. I might instead try and do Asgores at the middle. Hello, Jeff. I'm sorry, Jeff, says Sammy. Yeah, I gotta get a lot done today. I gotta get this done, and I've gotta get the wall done. And if I can get the floor done, then we're fine. I need to do the actual exterior walls as well for the underground. So I need to do like the cave, as it were, that this is all sat in. I've got, roughly at the moment, this is going to be a smaller stream for the time being, just because I've got to deal with stuff and then I'll be back, so. It'll be like a 10-minute break and then I'll come back, but that's later on. We'll just continue sculpting here for now. Dude, somebody's going to question my my sculpting eventually for cliffs and be like, dude, why do you do cliffs like that? It's like, well, it just looks cool. It's like, but you always have them be really tiny at the bottom. It's like, well, I like having them fade into the floor like that, because that massive overhang that you get is really cool. And I kind of abuse that a lot with this kind of stuff. And then we just go in here and try and push around some of these shapes to make it look a little bit more unique in certain areas. Like here. Can't wait to see what it has lighting. Oh god, I can't wait for that. What I'm going to do is as well, in a bit, I'm going to do the textures. I'm going to like desaturate them so that when we change the textures over in a bit, we'll get a better view of what it's going to look like. The lighting is going to be important. It's going to be lit up being slightly yellow because of the sunlight from outside coming through from the roof. So that's going to be cool. The thing is, white textures are naturally affected by lighting anyway. So, fun stuff. IDK, how long I'll stay, says Sammy, bro, as long as I can. Well, like I said, I'm going to be, in half an hour, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break, but after that, then I'll be hitting the ground running again. Because what I'm going to be doing is giving the baby a bath. And then after she's had a bath, then I'm coming back to do stuff. So yeah. Ooh. Come on now. We can just figure if I push that in at the bottom, but not too much. And then kind of push this in a little bit. I'm getting some interesting bits of formation here, and then I need to go in for those other little details in a little bit with the sculpt tool. I actually like the sculpt tool for this because it helps a lot just to get a basic idea of cliffs and things. And then the decimate tool as well helps by taking away all those polygons and leaving the bare bones, which is actually pretty good. I just realized Asgore's house is literally too close there on the edge. The idea is, again, to have it be close on this plateau so it looks as though it's like, it's falling away like the rest of his marriage, but that sounds terrible. But yeah, the idea is to have these things be just slightly on the edge so it shows some sign of age, you know. Like having a cliff be like this and then surrounded by other cliffs. Because I'm gonna do like smaller cliff ledges and stuff. That's gonna be really cool. But doing cliffs like this is not too bad, and it's kind of nice, especially when you can just like slap the textures on and then away you go. I would say the shapes are inaccurate, but then again, they are formations that form into squares and rectangles and stuff. Yeah, it's like I've said before, it's like I try and just get the bare bones style for this, which I kind of got from other video games, which is just, you know, cliffs will jut out and they'll do other things and stuff. I need to actually add that kind of thing on in a little bit, where we'll go ahead and kind of totally change some of the formation. You know, like here, that looks kind of crazy, but I think I keep that. But then we can have like this other overhang here. If we go in like this, kind of create this little bit of an overhang there, that we can just do that kind of thing. But again, it's going to look totally different when it's lower polygon. The idea being that when we hit the polygons with the decimate, it's going to actually simplify a lot of this, so it will not look the same, but the basic flow of it will. Oh. Like for instance here on this face, this is pretty cool right now, but the one next to it isn't, so we can do stuff like, we can hit it from the side and really push in some of these details to give it a little bit of variation. Right, and then we can keep doing that if we want, so we can just push in here and then merge this in slowly. If I want to, I can flatten some of this as well, but doing that kind of thing just gives it a little bit more detail. I'm so happy Yoma is drawing again. He doesn't normally draw anything. So this means he's getting better, says Sammy. Oh, nice. So we're going to attack this area from the center, I think, and really push that in. Kind of do this thing. If I zoom in a little bit, we can get a little bit more fine detail with this brush. We can just go really crazy up in there to have some interesting shape to this. Because at the moment it's a lot more interesting than it was before, but I need to drag this wall back, so it's going to be amusing in a moment. And then we've got this wall here, which I've just not touched yet. Because normally I go around and do everything and give it a little bit of shape, and then I'll come around and just sort of start hammering out where I think looks good. So like here. Let's change this angle. We'll just smash that here. Kind of gives that really weird sort of look. We'll try and do this. It's a little bit too angular here though. It's like flat in 2D, so we'll just curve that in the side with the smooth tool. That just makes that look a little bit better. Like the only way you'd get smooth rocks like that would be from water and stuff, but then we can go ahead here and create some interesting shapes. Sammy says I gotta go anyway. Bye! I'll see you later, Sammy. Yeah, we can... I love the way some of these birds are stretching, and it's just like, oh god, I hope they don't stretch too far. Smash that there. Might even smooth that because of that face there. Then we can just push this in. This is the same way I did Heartland as well, so... Trying to get some like unique shapes here, like shadows and lighting and stuff. Then we can smash that bit there. We still have to bring it back in a bit because of the geometry, so there's some bits here that are going to cause issues. That bit there, that needs to be... Oh. Needs to be smoothed out a little bit there, I think. Does it need to be smoothed there because of the house? I think it does. Another thing that I could use is the flatten tool, because I imagine some of this geometry is going to come straight through the house now. Yeah, if I quickly... Yeah, the floor comes through the actual floor of the house, so I'm going to have to fix that. Just like 1,000 here, and then 1 for the strength, and then just go flatten. See if that works. Bang. Oh, whoa, 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 that's interesting. Try 0.5. Bam. Okay, clearly that didn't work. That kind of did, but the problem now is how it worked didn't really help. I'm gonna have to play around with this a little bit. Try and flatten some of these extra areas here. It's not really worked out the way that I wanted that. Try and get inside Asgore's house here. The thing is, when I go inside Asgore's, I do want to actually hide the floor, so it's not too bad. It's either that or I go through like this and just like start sculpting away all of the floor there. That's not good. Yeah, I can probably fix that up a little bit better later on. Especially when it gets decimated. So now we're just looking at trying to do something with this here because of how it is. Let's see. Just have the grab tool here, and then we just get rid of castle in the judgment hall plus the rock formations. Because if I can get this to come back here, then it's not too bad. Ooh. What I can actually try doing is just editing that, bringing those back, and then I can match everything around that, so that might be a little bit easier. Okay. Oh. So what we've got is this sort of situation where we need that to be roughly about there. And then position-wise, a bit more squared off. So about there. Now I've got to edit around that and try and make this look the best it can. Okay. Right, we're gonna have to move some of these verts. Let's do sculpt, grab by 100. I'm gonna try and bring these in so they're a little bit closer. We'll 60. We're gonna have to like micro move some of this stuff because otherwise it's gonna cause issues. Also gonna have to adjust over this side because of that shape that I've now adjusted. It needs to be met by the rest of this. And if it isn't, it's just gonna look weird. So we've got a little bit of work on our hands. It's not too bad. It could be worse. As long as this doesn't look bad when the player is moving through it, it's fine. Ooh. Do 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 do. Then what we can do is we can do strength 0.5 for smoothing. Oh, 0.2 for smoothing, and just kind of do this a little bit to help out. Smoothing will actually move stuff into place for us. You don't have to worry too much apart from this initial entrance. We bring out these couple of areas here with smoothing, but it's not too bad. And then we can just kinda smooth the rest here. That's not actually too bad so far, and then I can just save that. What I can do is I can work around this and bring the rest of this rock formation out here so we get this kind of overhang. If I go 100, and I work from this end, I bring these bits out a little bit. We can then kind of work on making this look a little bit more believable by having bits of this rock formation just stick in a tiny bit. And then we can just bring the underhang around here. And it's going to come up and slowly fade out. The idea is if I have it kind of going like this, then at least it gives it a little bit of definition, and then it kind of just fades out here. And then we can bring some of this other bit of rock in here. Same with the other side, I can just like punch around here to where I want, which would roughly be about that corner again, just to make it fade out a little bit easier. I can try and lift some of these bits up to give that kind of like overhang feeling. And then we'll go to, what, 60 here? And we'll just bring that up a little bit and try and work with this and see what happens. Okay. So that kind of gives us a little bit more of a natural look there. I just need to a little bit more over here. We punch this in just a tiny bit, and then go ahead and have a good time trying to leave these bits looking decent for when I slap the texture on, and hopefully it won't look too bad. See how that looks. Okay, not too bad. And then yeah, we can put other formations around this. So like for instance, for this, if we bring everything back now, oh. Tutorial's character reference. There we go. That looks a little bit more realistic. And then I just need to do a little bit of more work on maybe the Judgment Hall and the castle plateau. So we get rid of everything again and just go. Where's the castle? There's the castle geometry, right? Got the castle doors and everything else. If we go Judgment Hall, elevator, wall, blah blah blah, castle, elevator shaft geometry nodes, Asgore's house, because we know we're gonna have to do some trickery at Asgore's to make it look better. We saved that, then at least we've got this to work with. And then I just need to make this look a little bit more varied. Like these first two aren't too bad, it's just that last one, just Asgore's castle, that needs to be a bit more varied. Can we just start hammering into this here, because I don't think I actually did much to it the other day. Just try and give it a bit of definition. Smack into the side of it here a little bit, and then we'll just... That's looking a little bit better already. Same with this side, we'll hit it a bit harder from the front. Especially here. Nope. And then we'll hit the center here to kind of give it a little bit more shape. Get down a tiny bit because we're gonna have to fill this in eventually with the cave floor. I don't know why it's not allowing me to sculpt from the sides and stuff. I must have done something wrong. We've got that. That's looking a little bit better now. Try and give it a little bit more shape here and there. I need to actually just bring the castle back so I can figure out whereabouts that is. So yeah, we don't want to be able to walk around this thing. Oh, and then we'll just try and make this a little bit more sharp here so it's less curved. It's going to be flatter on these edges. And then we can bring this in under here. Try and bring this top in a little bit, more towards the front, vary it a little bit. So like here, we'll try and bring it in, make it look a little bit more crazy, and then I'm gonna have to obviously square this stuff off or flatten it so it doesn't look all wavy and all over the place like this at the moment. That's not too bad. But yeah, I need to fix those. Anyway, I should be back in a bit to fix those because I have other errands to do. So, until next time.